The 28th Annual Cubs Convention will take place at the Sheraton Chicago Hotel and Towers on January 18th, 19th, and 20th, 2013. Rooms are available now by calling the Sheraton at 800-233-4100 and asking for the Cubs convention rate. Weekend passes will go on sale in early November. For more information, as always, visit Cubs.com. Yeah, it'd be very easy to confuse these two guys if you saw them on the street. Bruce Sutter on your right as a member of the Cardinals, and Jason Mott, the current closer for the Cardinals, on the left.
Miguel Sokolovic now working in relief. I would imagine Chris Carpenter, and I think I have my answer.
Yep.
Will not take the at bat. Adrian Chambers has jumped into the on deck circle to bat for Carpenter. Statistically, I suppose a successful season debut, 5 innings, 2 runs, leaving with the lead. The key indicator, though, will be how he feels tomorrow. And let me edit that a little bit. How he feels tomorrow is important, but because it's September and they're only 2.5 up in the wild card race, the result today does matter a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's just personally for Carpenter, and they want to make sure that coming off surgery just a couple of months ago, that they've got him for the next start and the one after that, and then maybe a few more in October.
Yeah, I started to talk about it earlier, Len, and then the inning came to an end. But one thing I would think the Cardinals would be a little concerned about with Chris Carpenter is that dead arm period. You hear pitchers talk about it all the time. Sometimes it's toward the latter stages of spring training. Sometimes it's over into the regular season, where you get to a point where you're not having pain and your velocity and movement and everything seems to be okay. You just don't really feel like you have a lot of life in your arm. They call it that dead arm stage.
Scalzo couldn't hold up. That's a strikeout. It's a first strikeout of the day for Cubs pitching. Ballstead did not have a punch out.
Slider down in the dirt. Very aggressive swing by Descalso as he tried to check at the very end. That ball actually bounced out in front of home plate.
It will not be Chambers, but instead left-handed hitting catcher Brian Anderson. Doesn't he have a game to announce for the Brewers tonight? No, it's a different Brian Anderson. Okay.
Another Brian Anderson doing games for the Tampa Rays also.
Former big league pitcher.
Yeah, we got Brian Andersons everywhere.
Caught the inside corner for a strike. Recalled on August 29th for the second time this season. First time he was with the Cardinals for a couple of days in early July, but did not get into a ball game. And a fly ball to left for Soriano, circling and catching. Tickets are available for the final homestand of the season against the Astros, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd here at Wrigley Field. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. Call 1-800-THE-CUBS or visit the Wrigley Field box office. Jay 2 out of 3 with a double and a run. Jay rests the bat on his back shoulder as he gets ready to hit, and he squares to bunt. Takes ball 3. Sokolovich recalled on September 2nd, shortly after he was claimed off waivers August 23rd from Baltimore. Sokolovich originally was signed by the Red Sox in 2004. The Cubs' current regime was in Boston. Castillo setting up off the inside corner on a 3-2, and he got him. A called strike 3. No argument from John Jay. Sokolovich with a couple of strikeouts in the 6th. Still 3-2 Cardinals.
Both the Chrysler 200 and 300 are the fastest growing sedans in their classes, with some of the most advanced technology, highest fuel efficiency, and safety ratings. We're building cars that matter to more people. And that's what matters to us. Now get $4,000 total cash allowance or 0% APR for 60 months on the 2012 Chrysler 300C.
Tomorrow, Canerco and the crew are on the West Coast for a showdown with Mike Trout and the Angels. Coverage begins at 7:30 with White Sox pregame live, presented by Honda City. White Sox, Angels, tomorrow night at 7:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
I have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. He speaks a weird language. He drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. I mean, just look at him. And one more thing, he has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
The highly advanced Audi A6, named to Car and Driver's 10 Best.
Come meet homeowners like these at a Del Webb community, where each day is spent learning, growing, and meeting new challenges. Plus, 4 Chicagoland locations keep you close to family and friends for all the other big events in life. Purchase by September 30th and get a free golf cart for exploring the community. Call or go online for more.
Sportsnet Central every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Tonight, don't miss Chicago Tribune Live on Comcast Sportsnet. Tune in as the Trib's Phil Rogers and Chris Cook, along with Harry Carey's Frankie O, join Cap to discuss the day's hottest sports topics and set the table for the night ahead. Chicago Tribune Live, presented by Smirnoff. Tonight at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Oh, here he is. We've been hearing about him for a few years. Shelby Miller. He's been the Cardinals' #1 prospect, according to Baseball America, the last 3 years.
Back-to-back minor league pitcher of the year in 2010 and 2011 for Shelby Miller. It was a good fastball in the low to mid-90s, a curveball, a straight changeup. Had a rough first half this year at AAA. Went 4-8 with an ERA of 6.17 in 17 starts, but really righted the ship in the second half when he went 7-2 with an ERA of 2.88. Now, you're going to hear this guy's name an awful lot in the future.
Give me your thoughts on Chris Carpenter today.
Workmanlike, which is what you always expect from Chris Carpenter. When he's got his A stuff, he can go out and mow down an opposing lineup with ease. Man, this seemed to be a little bit off today. A little tapper to the right side for Miller, no problem. Seemed to be a little off with his command today. Stuff wasn't quite as sharp as we've seen in outings past, but because of his competitive nature and his knowledge of how to pitch and how to set up hitters, I thought he was okay.
Just eat it. Sorry. Here's Valbuena. Cardinals will have Adam Wainwright on the mound tomorrow, and then 15-3 Kyle Loesch on Sunday. Jake Westbrook dealing with a strained oblique. Tell you what, they've got an excess right now of starting pitchers, and that is a good problem to have this time of the year. Two balls and a strike on Valbuena.
I love to read some of the notes in the opposing team's media guides. Talking about Shelby Miller. He graduated from Brownwood High School in Texas. His junior year, he threw 4 no-hitters, 3 of them in a row in the Texas high school playoffs, including a perfect game.
Unbelievable. There's a base hit for Valbuena. He's 2 out of 3.
He was also an all-state punter, averaged over 41 yards per punt his senior year. Had signed a letter of intent to go to Texas A&M to play baseball, but Cardinals drafted him in the first round in 09, 19th pick overall, and he has been on the fast track to the major leagues ever since.
The wind has shifted. Not blowing hard, but it is blowing in. And Castillo deposits one in the center. Back-to-back one-out singles. The thing about the wind starting to blow in is we don't even have to look at the flags. We can feel it.
Yep. It immediately goes down about 10 degrees here in the booth. Wellington Castillo muscling one out into center field. Keep the line moving.
Sapelt went 0 for 2 against Carpenter. And Brian LaHare now on deck for Sokolovich. That's a strike. Front door breaking ball that time.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Vic Carapaz has called that high breaking pitch all day long for both sides. That one that just nips the top of the strike zone, but it's an off-speed breaking pitch.
Sapelt's eyes lit up. He saw a fastball elevated, and he just foul tipped it.
Yeah, he's a good high fastball hitter, but one way to get a high fastball hitter out is throw it a little bit higher than he can handle. Not sure if this is by design or not from young Shelby Miller, but a foul tip on a pitch up around shoulder high.
Waited back that time and fouled it off.
Check out the new Audi Legends Suite on the Nuveen Investment Suite level. Watch the game with a former Cubs player and listen to classic stories about life as a Cub. With a luxury food and beverage package and a unique gift for each guest, the Audi Legends Suite is the most exclusive way to watch a Cubs game. For more information, visit Cubs.com/suites.
Up in the air, left center. And it'll be Holiday. Valbuena tags. He is safe. He just got in there. May have overslid the bag, but Carpenter wasn't ready to tag him. Or as Dizzy Dean would say, overslud.
Boy, that right leg really sticks in the ground. He's lucky he didn't completely rip his leg apart right there. Oh man, no slide at all. The right leg just stuck in the dirt. Fortunately, he lands right on top of the bag and is able to keep his foot on there.
LaHair announced. Left-hander Sam Freeman will face him. It's a Honda call to the pen. We'll be back. Cubs trailing 3-2.
So, you're in the market for a compact car. Time to choose. One of these cars offers the available hands-free sync system, dual USB ports, available active park assist, Wi-Fi capability, forward sensing system, and more. You can't get all of these features on a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla. This car is the 40 Highway MPG 2012 Ford Focus. Get a Focus with no interest for 5 years, saving over $2,700. Plus, get voice-activated sync at no charge. Focus is the right choice.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get up to a $50 mail-in rebate when you purchase qualifying brake pads or shoes at Midas.
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with SkyActiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
It's a Honda call to the pen as left-hander Sam Freeman will not face Brian LaHair, who was announced. Instead, it'll be right-handed hitting Josh Vitters.
See, Freeman has actually done better against righties in a very small sample size here at the major league level than he has against lefties.
This is his 19th major league appearance.
YMCA.
Now, they were playing that earlier. He's not just doing that on his own. I guess at 19th, 20th major league appearance. He has 19 to date. He has walked 9 guys in 16 1/3 innings. First and third, 2 outs. Freeman from Houston, Texas. Attended the University of Kansas. Late swing by Vitters, 0-2.
You know who else is from Houston, Texas? Archie Bell and the Drells.
Tighten up.
Tighten up. Not only sing, but we dance just as good as we walk.
Freeman made his major league debut on June 1st. Started the year at Double-A. Molina couldn't hang on to it. That would have been a strikeout on a foul tip. Instead, it's just a foul ball.
Pretty live fastball from Freeman. That last one at 95, right in the middle of the strike zone and elevated a little bit. Josh Vitter's a pretty good fastball hitter. Just stays alive as that one pops out of Molina's mitt.
Freeman listed at 5'11", 170, 25 years old. Swing and a miss. Like a changeup to get him. And the inning is over. Cubs strand 2. We go to the 6th. It's 3-2 Cards.
Hard work has its rewards. And since 1873, Coors Banquet has rewarded efforts like yours with a beer made the hard way, using only Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. It's an uncompromising stance, but if you're of like mind, roll up your sleeves. We've got a banquet waiting for you. Coors, the banquet beer.
Find falling prices in the Menards Fall Catalog. Brighten your home with new American fluorescent lighting. This 48-inch satin nickel wrap light is $29.99. The 52-inch dimmable Aldo, also with a brushed nickel finish, is just $139. Add security to your home with Cooper lighting. This motion detector light has a 60-foot range and 2 finishes, $7.99 each. This fluorescent floodlight works from dusk to dawn, only $24.98.
Save big money at Menards.
During Nissan's Bottom Line sales event, get the bottom line on fuel efficiency, innovation, safety, versatility. Get the deal you want with model year-end savings, like a 209 lease on Nissan Rogue or a 179 lease on Nissan Sentra. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer today. Hurry in and save on your new Nissan.
After every Bears game, break down the action with Bears Postgame Live on Comcast Sportsnet. Go in-depth from the studio. Hear Lovey's postgame remarks and get live reaction from the locker room. Bears Postgame Live, right after every game on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Wednesday, Castro and the Cubs mix things up with former Cub Tyler Colvin and the Rockies in a showdown at Coors Field. Coverage begins at 7 with Subaru Cubs pregame live. Cubs, Rockies, Wednesday night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Follow the Cubs with the MLB.com @Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @Bat to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details. Right-hander Michael Bowden here in the 7th. Beltran, Holiday, and Craig due up for the Cardinals. And the pitch. Fouled off.
Yeah, the Cubs have altered their exaggerated pull shift here. Starlin Castro, the only defender on the left side of the infield. That one's popped his direction.
Perfect.
And that's why you do it.
Yep.
For my money, I always thought that's the right way to make that shift work anyway. Move your third baseman over to the right side of the infield and leave your shortstop, who has the best range, to cover the entire left side. That time Valbuena moved over on the second base side of the bag along with Darwin Barney and Anthony Rizzo, and Starlin Castro was the lone defender on the left side.
I do think it's easier to do with a guy like Valbuena, who's also a second baseman, used to playing on that side of the field. Cubs did it with Jeff Baker in spring training. 1-0 on Matt Holliday. Fouled into the upper deck behind first base. These two guys, Beltran and Holliday, I think have long been two very underrated offensive performers. Beltran with the speed, the power. Holliday with his on-base percentage, ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
Especially before Beltran started to have knee issues, which has really limited his range defensively and slowed him down considerably on the bases. But boy, when he was healthy, he was unbelievable.
I think Holliday is hurt in terms of when you look at his overall career by the fact that his first 5 years were as a Rocky. But here's the thing. Now, in 4 years with St. Louis, his numbers are very similar to what he did in Colorado. His OPS was .938 with the Rockies. It's .921 with St. Louis. So you can't just say, well, it was all about playing half his games at Coors Field. Off the plate inside. 3-2. For the most part, he's been a pretty durable guy. And the pitch fouled back.
He's only missed 4 games all season this year, played in 147 now out of 151 scheduled games for the Cardinals.
And the ball he hit off Ryan Dempster in St. Louis just landed. Oh my.
Yeah, in Nebraska.
Right field, and this will make the seats. See that guy running over? He was on his phone. That was a half-hearted effort to get the ball. He's like, well, hang on, honey. Oh, man, he's going to hear it. Ball 4. That's Holliday's 4th trip to at least first base. 2 walks, hit by a pitch, and a double. He's on for Craig.
Hey, there aren't many power hitters in the game that'll give you that kind of a grinding at bat. A lot of power hitters, even with 2 strikes, they're looking to hit something in the air to the outfield, try to drive it out of the ballpark. A lot of abbreviated swings in that at bat just to foul off pitches, stay alive in the at bat, and ultimately draws the base on balls. Not many power hitters can do that.
High fly ball to left. Soriano now in several steps. Actor and comedian Rob Schneider ready for the Captain Morgan stretch. There he is. Here's Molina with 2 outs. Cardinals leading 3-2. I got to be honest, I didn't think Molina would ever be the offensive force he is. And you just think about the daily grind of an everyday catcher, and the chances are it's going to be a little harder to produce as you get older. He's just gotten better and better and better, hitting for more power every year. Tomahawk to deep left. Caught by Soriano. Time for the stretch.
Today's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, actor and comedian Rob Schneider.
All right, Cubby fans, come on, sing along. You can do it. Come on. All right, let me hear you. And a 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, Cubbies, you can do it. Let's go, Cubs.
The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass always in moderation.
Rum from Captain Morgan.
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
Welcome back, Rob Schneider.
Great to be here on Pneumonia Day here in Chicago. Beautiful day if you're an umbrella. An incredible thing. I mean, just if you're going to come to the park tomorrow, please bring some water absorbing dirt with you so we can throw it onto the field.
Yeah, the way this one's going, the grounds crew may run out. I mean, they've been out there between innings trying to sop up as much of the water as they can.
I thought they were going to go out there between pitches. I mean, it got that muddy out there, but it's still, beautiful. I've been all over this park today. You don't have a bad seat here. You don't have a dry seat here either, but you don't have a bad seat. But what a day,
Sam Freeman's still in there as he deals a strike to David DeJesus. Well, you're a Bay Area guy, right?
I'm a Bay Area fan, and I'm a big fan of this guy right here. My favorite third baseman.
Oh,
no, I know everybody brings it up, but I got to tell you though, because I was at that game, and it was in you had a tough inning, 3 errors, but then you came back, and then was it 4? Oh my goodness! You see, I'm your friend here. I was trying to help you out.
Yeah, thanks.
4 errors, but it was a major league record at that time.
I think it still lasts. Someone's have tied it, but no one's ever broken it. But anyway, you got to go back to the dead ball era. But I don't mean to bring up a bad thing. But let me tell you, though, when you came back and a guy didn't want to give you a chance to hit the game-winning home run, but you did. He threw it outside and low, and you reached out and you hit that thing. And it was like, honestly, because the Giants were going nowhere at that time. It was like winning the National League Championship Series game. I'm telling you, that was a great memory for us. Thank you.
It was a great memory for me, too. I'm glad you were there. You were one of about, I don't know, 1,100 people that showed up that day.
So that was like, if you made it to the ninth inning, they gave you a gift, back then. Candlestick. It was a dump. You had to come. You had to bring you could start your own bonfire in the bleachers to stay warm. But I'm glad the new park is pretty darn nice, though.
Oh yeah, very nice,
really
very nice. They did a great job with it. Yeah, Giants fans deserve that.
Yeah, and it's great out there. But the fans, different fans now, than they were. A little bit almost Dodger-esque. I don't mean that in the bad way. But, they come in the third inning, they leave in the eighth, But it's nice to see the real fans out here sitting in the rain. That really was something today, I'll tell you. So you can do it. There's a couple of guys out there. Hey, how about Scott's towels? Maybe the most it really was needed today, I'll tell you that.
Good parka day here at the ballpark.
Yeah, it is. But it's still, it's still nice. It actually cleared up a little bit. And for, I get it. Every ball hit in the outfield is an adventure. I saw Soriano going 3 different ways on that one pop-up out there. And neither of those ways was near the ball.
We got your doppelganger here.
Hey, there he is.
Darwin Barney.
There he is. Yeah, sure. I wish I could throw like him. All right, there he is.
So 1-0 on Barney.
Well, you've got a lot in common with Darwin Barney because he rarely makes an error, and we know you rarely make errors.
Yeah, well, I've been in a few bad movies, that I'll tell you, but I make up for it, though. That's right. Well, it's great to be. You don't realize how far away it is, when you're on the mound. You got to, just make sure when you're throwing out the first pitch, you don't want to bounce it and get booed. You don't want to get booed at Wrigley ever.
Now, we were doing our open. We had our backs turned to the field. Did you make it there in the air?
I did, of course.
You did?
Come
okay.
on, I don't want to get booed.
I didn't hear anybody booing.
I don't want to be like, the reincarnation of Steve Bartman for crying out loud. Hey, speaking of which, though, I was always looking, because you got to come here. First of all, when that happened, everybody, and supposedly they blamed him for losing it. There were like 4 other guys going for the ball. That foul ball from Moises Alou was trying to catch. But the thing about it is, now you realize that was excessive, death threats and everything. Now you realize maybe they should kill that guy because they have no chance of getting him for the next few years, But he did have to move, Steve. So wherever you are, Steve, if you're listening, we're sorry.
Well, here it is.
Here it is.
A little high, but that's all right. What a nice kid this Chapman is, huh?
Yeah, Jay Chapman, one of the newer Cubs.
Yeah, well, from Florida. They got the year-round baseball. When I was a kid, you got to play in San Francisco. Maybe we had 2 weeks of sunshine, but never straight. So you didn't get to play year-round. It wasn't even a consideration. My dad played baseball with me, I think, 3 times in my life. But in Florida and in Southern California, these kids go year-round, and they get pretty darn good. But that's a nice kid, though, this Chapman. He was just saying, like, he's been here 16 games. He's pitched 12. That's pretty darn good,
This is the kind of year where that'll happen if you're good.
Yeah.
You're going to get plenty of work.
I know. I like when they said, who do we got? Bro, okay, well, let's use him. That's fun. I was actually out here. The last time I was on that field was when they were shooting the Tom Hanks movie, A League of Their Own. And I got to tell you, the groundskeepers were yelling at Tom. Okay, I go, you're Tom Hanks, you're a big movie star, but okay, get off between shoots, get off the grass. And it was cool because they really respect this, because the players come and go, movie stars come and go, but the guys who take care of this field in this field stay forever.
Yep.
And so they really respect this, and it is an honor to be out on that field.
Cubs trail by only a run. How about the Cardinals got the lead on a steal of home? They're trying to execute the suicide squeeze. Ball got out of the mid of Castillo, and Cosma scored the go-ahead run.
So it was on a missed suicide squeeze?
Correct.
Batter bunted right through the ball, but the guy streaking down the third base line scored anyway.
Because they dropped the ball. Well, that'll happen. That's going to know. That's a very Cub-like thing that happened. They got some. I guess the Maddox curse. Do they have that? Is that still working here?
We have all kinds of curses. Just take your pick.
2-2. Punch down the right field line, but it'll get foul. So do you still follow the Giants closely?
Yeah, not as close as I'd like to. You know, I'm married now. My wife's pregnant, so it's tough. You know, it's like being chased around the house by a horny snowman these days. But she's doing okay. Yeah. But the Giants look good. You know, I mean, the Dodgers seem to be self-destructing after they spent about $200 million on it, picking up a couple of players. It's just tough. You know, you can throw money at your team, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. I'm impressed with Derek Jeter this season. How, you know, very few people can improve at that age, and he's really managed to have a great season. 200
hits again for Jeter.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. But the Giants look good. They have some nice additions. I love that that perfect game that Matt Cain. That was an amazing catch. If that's not the play, the ESPYs, they should get rid of the ESPYs. That catch out there. Was it Blanco or Pagan?
Gregor Blanco.
Gregor Blanco, yeah.
That was a beautiful.
If it had been Melky Cabrera, they would have erased it, and Cain wouldn't have had a perfect game. My guess.
Yeah, that would definitely have gone through. But that was a beautiful catch when you needed it. Oh, there we go. Hey,
right
there's something going on.
Beltran will make the grab for the out.
That'll do it.
And you love the DH, right?
Oh my gosh, I can't stand the DH.
That's what we're told.
We got to get rid of that. You know, I'm a traditionalist. I'll say fundamentalist. I mean, it makes the game interesting. You have to figure out what you can do, and it isn't about, you know, scoring. I mean, those American League 9-8 games, those aren't as exciting to me. I'll take a 1-0, a 2-1 game. It's exciting, you know, and it lets your manager actually manage, and then you get a guy like Baumgartner who hits a 3-run home run in Colorado. I was at that game in Denver, and it's like, so you have to, sometimes a pitcher can come through, and sometimes an unlikely hero who makes 4 innings in a game can come up at the end and
there you go,
smack one over that. I used to love the outfield at old Candlestick Park because there was the fence there and there was cement, and kids would break their ankles jumping trying to get a ball. That's how horrible my childhood was. You risk your life trying to get a foul ball.
Well, you're preaching to the choir about National League style. We love it.
Especially here at Wrigley Field, because, you know, we don't have the Jumbotron and the ribbon signs to tell people make noise, get loud. You know, people like to talk strategy. Should you take this pitcher out now? Should you pinch hit? Should you double switch? People get involved with the strategy of the game here at Wrigley because they don't have all the external stimuli to
you got
keep
real
you busy.
fans here. You have real fans and knowledgeable fans. I mean, the difference in Wrigley Field and, let's say, you know, not to pick on San Diego, but let's say San Diego, you have a a successful bunt here, you can get a standing ovation. I find that very few places, maybe New York, you know, where they really appreciate the minutia of the game. Because it's the game. Everybody says it's a game within a game, but it is a game within a game. You got a lot of things going on, and then it's the little mistakes, you know, the missed signs that could happen. You know, it's like what happens. A guy misses a bunt, and then the next thing you know, the guy scores because the catcher drops the ball. And that's what makes the game so great. And these are the best in the world at it. And they make mistakes. That's the thing about it that's tough, is like these are the best in the world from all over the world, and yet it's the top 2 or 3%. How do they handle the pressure? You know, how do they deal with that, and how do they respond in these situations? And that's what's fascinating about it is who will. You know, you got some guys, not to name any names, but you get some guys in big pressure situations who just, you know, if something happens, you know. A player for St. Louis, I just know in a big game situation, please don't hit the ball to him because you never know what's going to happen.
Side 2-1. Is this true? You have 5 stand-up shows tomorrow?
5 this weekend. 2 tonight, 2 Saturday. 5 tomorrow will be a bit much.
I was going to say.
That would be a bit much. We'd have to have a rain delay on that. So they're rebuilding here at Wrigley. So, but you got some good guys to do it. I know you got a couple of young players out there to build from.
Guy at the plate, Anthony Rizzo, Starlin Castro. You saw Darwin Barney.
Yeah. Well, that's also exciting for the fans to be able to see some players who are coming up, because then there'll be some guys who can stick around a while, not just, you know, the Yankee way of buying a couple of guys and then trying to win it all now. So very generous of you guys to win in a few years. But I think you'll build something good. You know, I think Theo's got a good thing going here. I mean, it's a great organization and some committed owners, and we'll see things how they go.
2-2 to Rizzo. Soriano on deck. 3-2 Cardinals in the 7th. Very soggy day here at Wrigley Field. It has basically stopped raining.
Stopped raining. The fans are still as wet as the field, though. And that outfield is treacherous. If you can hit a ball out there, anything's a potential now. But the fields, guys, I mean, honestly, the groundskeepers did a great job drying it up out there. It's going to feel like that outfield's like feels wet as I'm going to be after my 5th show tonight. The Improv in Schaumburg.
Yeah, 5 would be a lot.
Yeah,
the intrepid Rob Schneider.
Yeah, that'll be a bit much. Soriano can still hit, huh?
Oh, yeah. Has a chance to lead the National League in RBIs with a good finish to the season.
Wow.
Long battle here. Freeman and Rizzo. Another foul.
Every fan gets a foul ball today.
Been a lot of them.
So you're running some new material out there this weekend. Just
yes, yeah.
See if anybody salutes.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I'll give some stuff. I got not enough baseball. I need more baseball jokes, I'll tell you. Well, you know, my wife's pregnant right now. My wife, she's Mexican. You know, Mexican all have nicknames. Her name's Patricia, but her nickname's Petita. All her friends call her Petita. Her nickname for me is "You are a liar and a pervert." But she's a nice girl. She's lovely, you know. She looks out for me. You know, she wants to make sure I'm okay. Listen, if you care about your own health, don't go in the bathroom right now. It's a disaster. Well, thank you, honey. Thank you. But no, we're gonna have a baby in about 8 weeks, so my life's just about to get ruined for the next 2 years. I'm trying to catch up on all the sleep I can get right now.
So do you know what the baby's going to be?
The good news, it's a healthy baby. The bad news is it's a girl. But we're going to deal. All my little league dreams are gone now. I'll force her to play anyway. No, but I'm happy. It's a girl. It's okay. You know, it's fine. But all those baseball cards, she'll probably just end up eating now. All those old baseball cards of you, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Most of those ended up in bicycle spokes anyway.
Right.
With a clothespin, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I wish somebody would have told me that those were going to be worth money. I wouldn't have put rubber bands on them. I had all those cards. So what's the count here?
3 and 2.
This is a long at bat. Okay.
Pops it up. Carpenter at third makes a catch. So 2 outs. And that will be it for Sam Freeman, with Soriano coming up. Rob Schneider coming up. 17 shows tomorrow.
17, yes. 2:30, 2:45, 2:46 tomorrow.
Thanks for stopping by, and congratulations on the new addition to your family.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks,
my pleasure.
Rob.
Soriano, you can do it. Get the hit. Come on, Cubbies.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Find falling prices in the Menards Fall Catalog. Find the best quality and best price period on paint. Dutch Boy Platinum Interior and Max Bond Exterior both feature a no prep, no prime formula and a lifetime warranty. Right now, save $7 a gallon. That's $35 on 5-gallon pails. Seal and protect your wood with CWF UV wood finish. It penetrates deep into the wood, sealing out moisture. Right now, just $17.97 per gallon.
Save big money at Menards.
This is my business.
I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there.
Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Posters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
Figure out the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
Ready to go to work?
I can feel you in my bones. I feel you in my heart. I know it in my soul. You've loved me from the start. You've made me who I am and all I'll ever be. When I see you, I see me.
Every mom needs a little helper. That's why I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
It's a Honda call to the pen as Trevor Rosenthal will face Alfonso Soriano. Cubs have the tying run at first. David DeJesus, 2 outs here in the 7th.
Rosenthal made 20 starts combined between AA and AAA this year. Struck out 104 batters in 20 starts. 8-6 record with a 2.97 ERA. Big arm. Has been a big-time strikeout pitcher throughout his minor league career. Got 21 strikeouts up here at the major league level in 17 1/3.
Holiday on the move to end the inning. Ball hit hard by Soriano, but the inning comes to a close. 3-2 St. Louis.
The perfect photo. Nice. Isn't always the one you plan to take.
Whoa, check it out. Hey, baby goat. Oh, that's not yours.
What's he got there?
It's not yours.
Now you can take a photo right from video, so you'll never miss the perfect shot. AT&T introduces the HTC One X, now $99.99. Rethink possible.
What's the point of an EPA estimated 42 miles per gallon if the miles aren't interesting? The Lexus CT Hybrid. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
You want to buy another bit? You want to buy now 3 on this rare collection of baseball cards. I'm at 33. You want to put another bit right there. Once again, all going to charity. Now 4. Now 5. Now 6. Now 7. I'm at 37. Now you're gonna kick yourself. You don't go home with this box of baseball history. Now 8. Not all you know done. Sold it. 3,800 right there to that lucky gentleman.
Transfer funds from anywhere with mobile banking. Get started today at BMO Harris Bank.
Tonight, don't miss High School Lights on Comcast Sportsnet. Catch the week's hottest highlights and inside stories from Chicagoland's standout prep stars. High School Lights tonight at 10:30. Only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. James Russell, I think it's a good sign he's pitching. He has a high ERA against the Cardinals this year, but he's 3-0.
His 7 relief wins are tied for the 3rd most in the major leagues. 3 of those coming against the Cards.
Face Matt Carpenter to start it. One missed a little low. Cardinals have pretty much conceded that the Reds are going to win the division. They're 11 out. Reds' magic number is a 2, but if the Cards win today, at least they stave off technical elimination in the division race for another day. Reds playing later tonight versus the Dodgers. Reds and Nationals will be in the playoffs. For the Nationals, a 4-1 win over the Dodgers last night. They get at least a wild card spot in playoff baseball in D.C. for the first time since 1933. Joe Cronin was the manager, player manager at that, as Carpenter singles into left. Here comes Cosma, who tripled the lead off the fourth and then was credited with a steal of home to take the lead. It was intended to be a suicide squeeze, but the pitch got out of the glove of Castillo after Descalso missed it on the bunt attempt. I guess 2 wrongs made a right for the Cardinals. Speaking of a bunt, Cosma trying to get one down here.
Third base coach Jose Oquendo with some words of advice for Cosma. The right idea, bunt that ball to the right side with Luis Valbuena creeping down the line at third. Want to push that bunt to the right side of the field if at all possible.
Well, there are all kinds of reports, Bob, revolving around the Miami Marlins and changes that possibly could occur after the season. Some have their longtime president of baseball operations, Larry Beinfest, being replaced. Others have possibly Ozzie Guillen being a one-and-done manager. I will tell you one thing. If Larry Beinfest is out of work for a day, that would be a lot, because I think he's done a very good job there over the last decade with some very shrewd trades. And any organization in baseball would be well served to make him a part of it if he is let go. Swing and a miss by Cosma as he strikes out. And there's been a disaster there this year. There's no question about that. First year of their ballpark, but one thing they've had baseball wise is a lot of continuity in their front office. I'll tell you, I don't know if I'd blame Ozzie Guillen for this year necessarily either. You had the big distraction of Castro comments earlier in the year, and he got suspended for it, but we will see.
Well, one thing is for sure, they really missed out on the so-called honeymoon period with a new ballpark, new uniforms, new excitement, and then went out and laid an egg on the field, and they didn't get the bump I think they were expecting from the new stadium and from the new uniforms and the new skipper and new players.
Well, you can't put it all at the feet of their new closer Heath Bell, but they blew a bunch of games early, and we know how devastating that can be to the psyche of a team. Now they're in last place in the East. That's driven out into deep right center. DeJesus won't catch it. Extra bases for Descalso. Carpenter coming around. Throw's going to go to third. Descalso heads back to second. An insurance run for the Cards. It's 4-2 on a double by Descalso.
Descalzo picks on a high breaking ball and splits that gap in right center. Looked like David DeJesus was closing ground initially, but then the wind just kept pushing it farther away from him. Ultimately has to play it on a hop. No play at the plate right there. You can see Wellington, Castillo, everybody in the Cubs infield pointing at third base, but pretty good awareness by Descalzo to realize that with the double cutoff in the outfield and Rizzo as the cutoff man on the infield, there was nobody covering second base. So after taking that aggressive turn around the bag, he slammed on the brakes and went back to second.
So David Freese, a pinch hitter, will be intentionally walked.
Well, you see Darwin Barney, the second baseman. He's going to be trailed by Starlin Castro in that double cutoff, and Anthony Rizzo moving into a position in the middle of the infield. There's nobody there to cover second. And Descalzo, being an infielder himself, he realized with that particular alignment he could take an aggressive turnaround second if the ball's mishandled. You continue on to third base. If they handle it properly, you have to slam on the brakes and hustle back to the bag at second.
Now Jay with a run in and 2 on. Swung on and missed on a slider from Russell. Russell has a sign from Castillo, and his 1-1 offering is taken for a ball. Castillo fakes a throw towards second. Kind of goes without saying, I guess. A lot of clubhouses around the National League tuned into this game as they get ready to go out and take some batting practice. You know, the Brewers are rooting for the Cubs today. So are the Dodgers and the Phillies. The Reds rooting for the Cubs to come from behind, because that would set up a possible clinching situation tonight, as the Reds' magic number in the division is 2. On the ground to Castro. They will get one. No relay throw. Good play by Barney. Faked and then looked at Descalzo, who stayed close to the bag at third.
A lot of times you'll see the second baseman come across the bag and immediately throw directly to third base without even looking to first. That time Barney with a pump fake and then picked up the runner at third base. But occasionally you can catch that lead runner rounding the bag a little bit too far at third if you go that direction immediately.
One of the plays of the year, Manny Machado on a little dribbler to third, made a barehanded play against the Rays, faked the throw to first, immediately turned around and fired to third to get the guy coming around the base. Heads up play.
And it really helps if you know the aggressiveness of the base runners. There are certain guys that are very cautious. They go 90 feet at a time and they stop right on the base. Other runners are going to try to take advantage of that throw across the diamond, try to round the bag at third, and maybe even score on a throw to first base. If you know the guys that are going to be a little more aggressive, occasionally you can decoy them into taking that big turn around the bag.
Beltran batting right-handed for the first time today. There's a 1-1. Hit hard on the ground foul. Cubs haven't won since coming from behind on Sunday to beat the Pirates. Trailing here late 4-2.
You talked about Beltran being one of the more underrated hitters throughout the course of his career, especially in the postseason. A lot of notes here I didn't realize about Carlos Beltran. Only Lou Brock and Paul Molitor have higher career postseason batting averages than Carlos Beltran.
Swing and a miss to end the inning. They get one, however, on the RBI double from Descalzo. It's now 4-2.
Little news, everyone. The Little Weeks down at corporate are coming in, so I want everyone to think little.
Little is the new big. New KFC Chicken Littles. Get big taste for a little price, just $1.29. This is gonna be little.
You're gonna kill this guy. Your own self.
We both know how this has to go down. I can't let you walk away alive.
Looper, rated R.
I am proud to say that I've gotten my DirecTV bill down to just $12 a month. And all I did was refer people I already knew. 2 soccer moms, 2 cousins, our sitter, and one of my husband's coworkers. And I get a discount for every one. You should have seen the look on my husband's face. He started calling me the referral queen.
Refer a friend to DirecTV, and you'll both get $10 off your bill every month. Just give them your account number before they call 1-855-REFER-NOW.
Yeah, I referred my buddy Don to DirecTV, and now I get $10 off my bill every month. The guy was camped out at my house all the time watching sports because he couldn't get the games. So when he moved back east, I made sure he got hooked up with DirecTV. Believe me, nothing looks better in your brand new house than all your favorite games.
Refer a friend to DirecTV, and you'll both get $10 off your bill every month. Just give them your account number before they call 1-855-REFER-NOW.
Chicago Tribune Live, presented by Smirnoff, only Comcast Sportsnet. Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Sportsnet Central update. We want to hear from you. Nicole Darren will join us on the postgame show from our Discount Tire Interactive Suite. You can get in on the chat at csnchicago.com or on Twitter using the hashtag Cubs Talk. Today we're asking, has Chris Volstad earned a spot in the Cubs rotation next season? Todd Hollingsworth will respond to your comments on the postgame show. For now, we go back to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field to Len about.
Cap, thank you. Well, a very shrewd midseason acquisition for John Mozeliak and the Cardinals. Edward Mujica, they got him from the Marlins. This is his 25th game with St. Louis. 22 innings, 17 hits, 3 earned runs for a 1.23 ERA. He's struck out 17, has walked 3 guys.
Fastball splitter slider combination from Mujica. You'll see a lot of split fingers when he's feeling it. He throws it actually more than his fastball. And that's usually the result. Batters just pound the top half of the baseball, either hit weak ground balls or occasionally get a ground ball through the infield. Very tough to elevate against this guy.
I think we caught him napping in the bullpen. I think it was last year. And then he was a very good sport about it. Left center, base hit. First of the day for Castro. Bring the tying run to the plate.
Now near the trademark, little soft line drive into left center field, dies in front of John Jay. We talked about his range and his quickness in center field. Even he can't get to that one.
Valbuena squaring up balls in every at bat. 2 hits and a line out to right. Fastball that time right down the middle. 0-2. I was watching the franchise Showtime series that was following the Miami Marlins earlier this year. And during one of the episodes, Mujica was traded. And at first, he wasn't thrilled about it. I think, you know, you get used to your teammates. You're comfortable in your surroundings. You've got family things to figure out. Okay, I've got to go to St. Louis immediately. What do I do with my family? But that's why that's a really interesting show. It really gives fans an inside peek at the life of a big leaguer.
You know, one of the most stressful things that people have to endure in the course of their lifetime, it's right up near the top of the list, is a move. And occasionally these players move 2, 3, 4 times during the course of a season. As you mentioned, occasionally just leaving the family behind to fend for themselves. You move on to the next city. By the time they get everything packed up to join you in the new city, you're on the road.
And here they think he's Mike Leake.
Maybe he's just been traded again.
I was going to say. 3-2 on Valbuena. Castro runs, and that ball is squibbed foul.
You love to have a combination of different styles of pitchers available out of your bullpen. There will be situations that come up. Oh, now we got it. There he is. There'll be situations where, as a manager and as a defense, you're looking for a ground ball. Well, Edward Mujica would probably be your guy throwing that split finger. Chances are he's going to get some contact on the ground.
Lined into a double play. Castro was on the move. He was already at second base when that ball landed in Craig's glove. This is bad luck.
Yeah, just buzzard luck for Luis Valbuena today. He's hit the ball on the button 4 times, including this one that was going to be action down into that right field corner. Castro might have even scored on that play. Valbuena would have been in scoring position. Instead, it's a double play clearing the bases.
Slider strike to Castillo. Wind has shifted again. Left to right. Very calm when we started. Then it was blowing in from center. And almost got a piece of Welly. 3-1.
Temperature was what, 59 when we started? Feels a lot cooler than that right now.
Right down the middle, 3-2, with Sapelt waiting on deck. Looks like we'll see Sean Camp for the Cubs in the ninth. Called strike 3, another fastball, and the inning is over. We go to the ninth. Cardinals lead by 2.
Today's business travel challenge, bag fee barrage. The other airlines versus Southwest. These businessmen are just going to check in their bags.
Seems simple enough.
The other airlines contestant is taking it slow and steady.
Ooh, he's getting pummeled with bag fees. He's just got the bag fee beat down. I feel his pain. Those bag fees can really sting.
Gotta love the strategy here. Our second contestant is flying Southwest. No bag fees for this guy.
You gotta give it up for bags fly free.
Business travelers win with Southwest.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get up to a $50 mail-in rebate when you purchase qualifying brake pads or shoes at Midas.
So, you're in the market for a compact car. Time to choose. One of these cars offers the available hands-free sync system, dual USB ports, available active park assist, Wi-Fi capability, forward sensing system, and more. You can't get all of these features on a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla. This car is the 40 Highway MPG 2012 Ford Focus. Get a Focus with no interest for 5 years, saving over $2,700. Plus, get voice-activated sync at no charge. Focus is the right choice.
Get Chicago sports news nightly on Sportsnet Central, presented by AT&T Uverse. Coming up tonight at 6:30, we'll look at the Bears practice, also the Blackhawks getting together for a little bit of a skate around. Join Susanna Collins for Sportsnet Central, presented by AT&T Uverse, tonight at 6:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Sean Camp, 76th appearance. Trying to hold the Cardinals where they are. This is a new career high for him. At 75 with Tampa Bay in 06, number 76 as a Cub. He is now tied with Randy Choate for the major league lead in appearances. A strike call. But Randy Choate's a matchup guy.
Yeah. Well, Dale Swaim has been singing the praises of Sean Camp all season long. They don't have a lot of real reliable arms in that bullpen this year for the Cubs, but Sean Camp has been one of them. Pitched in so many ball games because those are the games that Dale felt the Cubs still had a chance to win or had a lead late in the ball game, and Sean Camp was his go-to guy, paving the way for Carlos Marmol.
To give you the difference between what Choate is asked to do for the Dodgers and earlier the Marlins and Sean Camp. Camp with 73 innings. Choate with 37 2/3, same amount of appearances. It's not to downplay Choate's importance. His job's to come in, get a tough lefty. And he's done a nice job. Choate's only given up 1 homer all season. Astor on the backhand. Plenty of time to get Holiday. First time the Cubs have retired Holiday. Well, as we guessed, Jason Mott won't be used today. Fernando Salas is up instead. Now it would be a save situation. And I'm going to beat you to the punch. Salas backwards is, wait a minute.
Salas.
Salas. Craig pops it up. Shallow right. Sapelt and Barney going after it. It'll be Sapelt. 2 outs. Now, assuming for the moment the Braves and Cardinals get in as a wild card teams, the Braves have a 6-game lead over St. Louis. So again, pretty decent chance the Cardinals are not going to catch the Braves. It would be a 1-game round. Cardinals at Braves. Winner moves on to the divisional series. The loser goes home. Boy, that's a cruel part of the postseason. I mean, let's just give you reality for a second. I mean, everybody wants to make the playoffs. Every team wants a shot at the World Series. You've got playoff shares involved, just individually. But there is a wild card team that will make it in the National League. Bob will play 1 more game than the Cubs will this season. That's the way it works. 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 9th.
During Nissan's Bottom Line sales event, get the bottom line on fuel efficiency, innovation, safety, versatility. Get the deal you want with model year-end savings, like 0% APR on popular models or a 209 lease on Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer today. Hurry in and save on your new Nissan.
Humans. Even when we cross our T's and dot our I's, we still run into problems. Namely, other humans. Which is why at Liberty Mutual Insurance, auto policies come with new car replacement and accident forgiveness if you qualify. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
So, you're in the market for a midsize car. Time to choose. One can go 455 miles on a tank of gas, is a top safety pick 4 years in a row, has a standard personal safety system, and much more. It has quality that can't be beat by Camry, and the sync system you can't get on Accord. It's the 2012 Ford Fusion. Get a fuel-efficient Fusion with no interest for 5 years, saving over $3,200. Plus, get $1,750 bonus cash. Fusion is the right choice. Get to your local Ford store.
Time now for our GMC player of the game, Chris Carpenter, making his 2012 debut on September 21st, just a couple of months after shoulder surgery. First appearance since Game 7 of the World Series, and right now he would qualify for the win. As Bob mentioned, very workmanlike effort.
I mean, it was clear he didn't have his best stuff today, but it was good enough, and he changed speeds and moved it around and was effective enough to qualify for the win in this game here today. First time out.
Fernando Salas picked up 24 saves for the world champs last year. He's filling in for Jason Mott today.
Good straight changeup. He'll throw a fastball and a slider also, but really likes to use that straight changeup, especially in those 1-0, 2-1, 3-1 counts where the hitter is expecting a fastball.
Diving stop. Who's going to cover first? Out. Craig able to find the base ahead of Sapelt. I think Dale may come out and argue. Sapelt is going to argue the call. Bill Miller made it at first. Both guys lucky there wasn't a major collision.
Yeah, my first look there, I'm not so sure Sapelt hit the bag at first base. All those bodies coming together over there as Salas makes a nice diving stop. However, there's nobody at the bag at first. He just throws a little shovel toss over there, hoping somebody will run underneath. Alan Craig makes the catch.
Safe.
Yeah, I mean, extremely close, and Sapelt did catch the outside corner of the bag. What an odd looking play that one was. Craig was coming off the bag to possibly field that bunt. Watch the Cardinals bench. Whoever that is standing up there says he's safe.
He's going to get fined in kangaroo court.
Yep. Now he calls him out. Yeah. A little indecision there.
What team is it? Oh.
Had to look down his chest to see who he should be rooting for.
Tony Campana will pinch hit. And a strike. One and one to Tony. Cold and damp and rainy earlier, but we never did get interrupted by rain. Swing and a miss. Strike three, 2 outs. Jesus is 2 for 4 with a triple and a run scored. Oh, and 1 the count. 12:05. Scheduled first pitch tomorrow afternoon. Back changeups here, against DeJesus to start the at-bat. It's like Molina wants a fastball up. Didn't miss by much. Well, actually it did, but Molina does a good job framing pitches. Cubs are still alive. DeJesus with his third hit.
All right, trailing by 2 late in the ball game. The rallying cry in the dugout is a bloop and a blast. Well, there's the bloop part of it. Soft single into right field by David DeJesus. It's had a great afternoon. Now we need the blast.
Job of adjusting his hands. And lining that one out into right center. Barney, 1 for 4. Carlos Marmol, in case we go to the 10th. On the outside, 1-2. Good pitch. Good pitcher's pitch.
Another changeup coming here from Salas.
High deep drive. Darwin Barney back to left. Holiday looking up. Gone! We're tied. Oh, baby, on a 1-2 pitch. A bloop and a blast,
there
right?
You go. There you go. Most of Darwin Barney's blasts are of the line drive variety into the basket right down the left field line. That one a towering fly ball to left center. Change up inside part of the plate, got down and threw it. Tremendous carry. Holiday back to the vines. He can only watch it sail out of here.
A 2-out, 2-strike, game-tying 2-run homer.
How about that?
So drama here late at Wrigley Field. Base is cleared now. It's Anthony Rizzo with a chance to win it. We are going to go to extras. Darwin Barney ties it up with a 2-run homer. It's 4-4 after 9.
Find falling prices in the Menards Fall Catalog. All chamber doors, storm doors are on sale. The Astra with overlapping frame to improve insulation is $179 after rebate. The Regal Split View with view and vent roll-up screen is $189. Add safety and security to your home with a new lock set from Schlage. The Georgian entry lock set in satin nickel finish is $24.86. This electronic keypad lock set features keyless entry, $109.
Save big money at Menards.
Agents, when it comes to insurance, people feel lost.
That's a dead end.
Don't know which way to turn.
Turn around?
That's why we present people with options, to help them find coverage that fits their needs.
Almost there.
It's the new Maze record.
Really?
I have no idea. We don't keep track of that kind of stuff.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
To speak with a farmer's agent in your community, call 888-96-FARMERS.
Time out there, buddy.
Brian Urlacher?
That's me, here to defend you from DirecTV's so-called big deal. DirecTV raises your bill 100% after a year, and they lock you into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $2,500.
I can't afford that.
That's why your best play is Xfinity. The biggest plays on Sunday, live. The best of college football, and you can take the action wherever you go.
Hey, Brian.
No pixie dust, just pigskin. Yeah! Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
Time now for Jack Link's Extra Innings. Cubs closer Carlos Marmol working in a 4-4 tie in the 10th. Cardinals are 5-10 in extras, 2-5 on the road. Cubs are 3-5 in extras, 3-1 at home. Just beyond remarkable, Bob, what the Baltimore Orioles have done, winning 15 consecutive extra innings games.
That's amazing. I mean, it gets to the point where, you know, you call it mojo, you call it whatever you want. A team gets into extra innings. If you've had that much success, that kind of a run of success in extra inning games, you feel like you're going to win them all. And so far, they pretty much have.
Matt Carpenter leading it off.
Right, be careful of the slider to Matt Carpenter. He's got a long loopy swing. He can hit an off-speed strike a long way. Has trouble catching up to good fastballs, especially on the inner part of the plate and up.
Took it. Did he get him? He did. That took a wicked hop. Barney was able to field it. Not a good throw. Rizzo just saved him on the air. I think he just told him thanks. The errorless streak stays alive.
Oh, what a great play on both ends. Anthony Rizzo going way into foul territory. After Barney had to stretch out to the very limits of his body length to get to that ball, Rizzo with the presence of mind to get that right foot back onto the bag. Big first out.
Blown away to Cosma. Barney's streak at 135 consecutive games without an error at second. I'd like to get it to 136. Would have been something if it had ended there, considering that he hit the 2-run homer to give himself a chance to break the streak. I guess we call that irony.
Yeah. I've talked about it many times before, Len. The great thing about this streak for Darwin Barney is he hasn't shied away from it. You wouldn't know if he made an error yesterday or hasn't made an error for 2 years. He goes after everything full bore, 100%, no fear whatsoever, which is probably why he's been able to play flawless defense pretty much all season. I mean, there have been a lot of ground balls and especially pop-ups that a lot of defenders who were sitting on an errorless streak would hesitate to even pursue. But Darwin Barney chases everything.
Slider Barely missed. 3-1.
Right at the very bottom of the strike zone in our Liberty Mutual pitch tracks. Not a great job receiving that time by Wellington. Kind of pushed it down out of the zone, but right at the edge of the strike zone, down and in.
Ball 4. Chris Carpenter will not get his first win of the year in his season debut. Chris Volstad won't take a loss. I'll tell you who was really happy about that Barney home run. The other wild card contenders. Well, we said it off the top. The Cardinals certainly know about having your backs against the wall and being very close to elimination in a playoff race. They pulled a rabbit out of their hat last September to beat out the Braves on the final day of the season. So they are not assuming anything, even with a 2.5 game lead with about a week and a half to go. Two and 0 now to Descalzo. Skip Schumacher is on deck. Down the middle at the knees. To elicit a Bronx cheer here on the north side of Chicago. Deep center. DeJesus makes a grab. Descalzo gave it a ride, long out.
Ladies and gentlemen, pitching for the Cardinals, number 55, Skip Schumacher.
I'll tell you, for the outfielders here at Wrigley Field during this homestand, they have had a bunch of different conditions to deal with on a daily basis, sometimes from inning to inning. They had a gale force wind blowing out of here the other night, but fly balls were getting knocked down. Outfielders were having to run in on pop-ups. And we expected the ball to be jumping out of the ballpark, and it was going nowhere that particular night. Today the wind has changed directions 3 or 4 different times. Grass is very wet in the outfield. Not an easy place to play outfield, especially on this homestand.
One ball, one strike to the pinch hitting Skip Schumacher. And on the hands that time, he fights it off. 1-2. Saw Joe Kelly up in the Cardinal bullpen. Looks like he'll get the bottom of the 10th. Kelly had been a starter. We're here because of Darwin Barney's dramatic 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. 1-2 pitch. 2 outs. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Schumacher fans. And the inning is over. Bottom 10, 4-4.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Snackin' with Sasquatch. Feed your wild side.
Wow, you guys have it easy. I wish I had U-verse when I was your age. In my day, we didn't have these fancy wireless receivers. If I had a sleepover, I couldn't just move the TV into the playroom. No, we had to watch movies in the den because that's where the TV outlet was. And if Dad was snoring on the couch, we muscled through it. For real? Your generation has it made.
The wireless receiver, only from AT&T UVerse. Get a free wireless receiver with a qualifying UVerse plan. Rethink possible.
Now 3 on this rare collection of baseball cards. I'm at 33. Right there. Once again, all going to charity. Now 4. Now 5. Now 6. Now 7. I'm at 37. Now you're gonna kick yourself. You don't go home with this box of baseball history. Now 8. Not all done. Sold it. 3,800 right there to that lucky gentleman.
Transfer funds from anywhere with mobile banking. Get started today at BMO Harris Bank.
Looking for the perfect complement to your golf game? Chicago District Golfer has local features, lesson tees, and rule pieces to sharpen your game. Must-visit golf destinations and more for what's important in Chicago golf. Catch Chicago District Golfer Sundays at 6 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Extra innings brought to you by Jack Link's. Rookie right-hander Joe Kelly did a nice job in the Cardinal rotation. Now working out of the bullpen. This will be his 4th relief appearance of the season.
Fastball, slider, changeup combination from the right-hander. Has a curveball, doesn't use it very often.
The Cubs were trying to spoil the Cardinals' September last year. Second to final series of the season in St. Louis. And remember, the Cardinals came back a couple of times in that series to keep their playoff hopes alive. Well, this time around, the Cubs are trying to hand them what would be a pretty devastating loss. We're leading 4-2 in the bottom of the ninth, with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Darwin Barney before he hit the home run. One and 1 to Soriano. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Kelly made 12 starts. He moved to the bullpen when Jaime Garcia came off the DL in mid-August. And went back to the rotation. And this is his 2nd relief appearance since going to the bullpen for a 2nd time. Broken bat, ground ball to second, Descalzo to first, 1 out.
The barrel of that bat came right back at Joe Kelly. I'm not even sure he realized how close that bat was getting to him as he slides over toward the first base side. I don't think he saw it until after it was past him, but an easy grounder right at Descalzo for the first out.
Joe Kelly, born in Anaheim, California. He's Alberto Cabrera. In case we go to the 11th. Joseph William Kelly, a distant relative of notorious gangster George Machine Gun Kelly. One, two. Called strike three. 99 on the fastball. Wow.
Wicked. Boy, not only 99 with some tailing action. Look at that ball come back to the corner. That's an unhittable strike right there. Can't hit it, can't take it.
Buena's been hitting rockets all over the ballpark today. Just 2 hits and 4 tries to show for it. He lined into a double play in the 8th.
He's trying to hit one where they can't catch it. At least not for an out. They'll get that ball up in the air toward right field, way behind it. They're giving Balbuena a lot of room in that gap in right center field. John Jay shaded several steps over toward the gap in left center. And you can see the right fielder playing straight up, Carlos Beltran. Oh, man.
Outside corner, strike 3 called. And the Cubs go in order in the 10th.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Snackin' with Sasquatch. Feed your wild side.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get up to a $50 mail-in rebate when you purchase qualifying brake pads or shoes at Midas.
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with SkyActiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
Sunday, a Northside champion will be crowned as 2 diehard Cubs fans vie for a spot in the final round of the Batter's Box, presented by Midas. Tune in for the ultimate test of Chicago baseball knowledge, hosted by Luke Stuckmeyer. Sunday night at 7:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Tied at 4 as we head to the top half of the 11th inning. Horrible strike 3 call on Luis Valbuena. I think Vic Carapazza got a little caught up in the emotion of the moment. Kelly's throwing hard out there on the mound. That pitch made a loud crack into Yadier Molina's glove, and Valbuena gets rung up on a pitch that was at least a few inches off that outside corner.
Rookie righty Alberto Cabrera will face a top of the order for the Cardinals.
You love the strikeout numbers for Cabrera in his 17 2/3 innings of pitch. He's punched out 23 opposing batters. A little bit better lately at throwing strikes. However, the 13 walks could be problematic here in extra innings. Don't want to put anybody on base, and Carapazza still hearing it from the Cubs bench. I don't mind getting called out on a strike you can reach.
John Jay with his 6th at bat of the day. He's 2 for 5 with a double and a run. I don't think Jamie Quirk was indicating to Dale Swaim how big the perch was that he caught yesterday. He was holding both hands about a foot apart. The outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Wind has died down a little bit. Still blowing in from the north. 2-1. Word is Dusty Baker still in Chicago. Doctors did not want him to travel today. So Dusty, if you're watching us today, we're thinking about you. Hope you're feeling a lot better. So he will miss his 3rd consecutive game with the Reds, who are home tonight playing the Dodgers. Breaking ball, 3-2.
Must have caught too much plate. Vic's having a rough couple of innings here at the end of the ball game. That breaking ball drops right in there on the inside corner. According to our Liberty Mutual pitch tracks.
Castro back of short for the out.
I've known Dusty Baker for a long time, and he never takes anything for granted. He's not assuming that they're going to win the division, but it would be nice if his team would wait until he could get back.
Yeah.
He deserves to be there celebrating with his team. It'd be nice if they'd spring him from that hospital and let him go home and join his team soon.
Deep left off the bat of Beltran. Foul.
Little side English on that drive down the left field line. That combined with the wind that once again appears to be blowing in from left center field. Took that one way into foul territory.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
The old backup slider. That's a very effective pitch because you read the rotation on the ball. You anticipate the movement as it gets closer to the hitting area, and it does exactly the opposite of what you think it's going to do.
Holiday, 2 outs, nobody on. Overthrew that fastball. He will swing and miss, but as you talked about, he'll grind out these at bats. Very good eye at the plate. And he's looking right now for something he can drive. Good pitch. Holiday was geared up.
Yep, anytime you can throw something other than a fastball in a 2-0 count to a power hitter that's looking to give his team a lead in extra innings, that's an effective pitch. I mean, that's a good slider under any circumstance, but especially on a 2-0 pitch.
Another one. 2-2. Guess he didn't foul tip it. He just missed it. Nice job by Cabrera. Still tied at 4.
Find falling prices in the Menards Fall Catalog. Find the best quality and best price period on paint. Dutch Boy Platinum Interior and Max Bond Exterior both feature a no prep, no prime formula and a lifetime warranty. Right now, save $7 a gallon. That's $35 on 5-gallon pails. Seal and protect your wood with CWF UV wood finish. It penetrates deep into the wood, sealing out moisture. Right now, just $17.97 per gallon.
Save big money at Menards. This is my business. I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store. I had this printed there.
Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Toasters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
I got the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
Ready to go to work?
I can feel you in my bones. I feel you in my heart. I know it in my soul. You've loved me from the start. You've made me who I am and all I'll ever be. When I see you, I see me.
Every mom needs a little helper. That's why I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Well, we're here because Darwin Barney hit a home run with 2 outs in the 9th. A 1-2 offering from Fernando Salas.
Lucky number 7 on the season for Darwin Barney. I mentioned it at the time. Most of his home runs are line drives that scraped the back of the basket, but that was a high fly ball that battled its way through the wind and got into the front row.
Castillo leads off. Fastball, bell ties, strike 1. Joe Kelly, 2 strikeouts in the 10th. Berto Cabrera matched him in the bottom of the inning. And a base hit floated out into right. Winning runners aboard with nobody out. Will we get a pinch runner for Castillo? Brett Jackson.
Yeah, Brett Jackson obviously a lot quicker than Wellington Castillo on the bases, but how nice would it be to have Tony Campana available right now to pinch run for Wellington Castillo after this leadoff single. Campana was used as a pinch hitter with 1 out in the 9th inning.
Carpenter in at third. No sign from Sapelt as Kelly threw over to first. It's at foul. Showed bunt really late.
Mentioned Kelly was a starter earlier this season till Jaime Garcia came back. He's had a relief appearance of 5 2/3 innings through 87 pitches against the Pirates earlier this year.
And Mike Matheny doesn't really have to worry about the pitch count for Kelly. I guess the only issue would be if his spot comes up again. What the situation is for the Cardinals offensively. There's the bunt. And Kelly will get the out at first. Couple of shots here to win it. Starting with pinch hitter Steve Clevenger. Brett Jackson, the winning run at second. Bounced straight back, 95 on the Heat. This has been a good role for Steve. Limited sample size, but he has gone 6 for 13 in the big leagues as a pinch hitter. Outside, 1-1. Fly to right. Beltran makes a catch. Jackson tags. And he just got in. Whoa, what a throw by Carlos Beltran. As Jackson head first just beat that throw to third.
Right, no reason to keep it low for the cutoff man here. There is no other runner on base. Only the guy advancing from second to third, and Jackson with his speed able to outrun that throw by Carlos Beltran.
So it brings up De Jesus, a couple of bases open here, so the Cardinals could possibly walk De Jesus, but Darwin Barney, the hero in the ninth, is on deck. Kelly from the wind. Strike one. Oh, 2. Certainly see why the Cardinals like Joe Kelly. He's got good stuff. Starter stuff, pitching in relief here late in September. Cubs win! DeJesus with a base hit. Jackson scores. Here comes the mob scene. A 4-hit day for DeJesus, and they win it in 11. Well, how about the 2-strike approach for DeJesus and Barney late?
All right, David DeJesus gets a barrel on the ball just about every at bat. None bigger than this. Clean single through the right side. That aggressive tag in advance by Brett Jackson puts him into a position where he can just trot home with the winning run.
Well, they hand the Cardinals a loss. That gets Milwaukee within 2 games in the wild card. Still a long way to go, but the Cubs get a badly needed win, snapping a 4-game losing streak. So for Bob and our entire CSN crew, Len Casper saying so long from Wrigley Field. The final score in 11 innings. Cubs 5, Cardinals 4. Please join us Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Second game of a 3-game series as the Cubs travel to Colorado. In-game scoring provided by ScorePad. You've been watching Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, now part of the NBC Sports Group.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan back in our downtown Chicago studios. Horseshoe Casino Cubs postgame live is straight ahead. Todd Hollinsworth joins me to break down all the action. We'll listen to Dale Swain's postgame remarks, and we'll get interactive with Nicole Darren. It's all coming up, so stay right here. Cubs win.
Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Time out there, buddy.
Brian Urlacher?
That's me, here to defend you from DirecTV's so-called big deal. DirecTV raises your bill 100% after a year, and they lock you into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $2,500.
Can't afford that.
That's why your best play is Xfinity. The biggest plays on Sunday, live. The best of college football, and you can take the action wherever you go.
Hey, Brian.
No pixie dust, just pigskin. Yeah! Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
During Nissan's Bottom Line sales event, get the bottom line on fuel efficiency, innovation, safety, versatility. Get the deal you want with model year-end savings, like 0% APR on popular models or a 209 lease on Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer today. Hurry in and save on your new Nissan.
Humans. Even when we cross our T's and dot our I's, we still run into problems. Namely, other humans. Which is why at Liberty Mutual Insurance, auto policies come with new car replacement and accident forgiveness if you qualify. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Cubs Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Nissan. Get to your local Nissan dealer for special offers. Nissan. Innovation that excites. Xfinity. Your home for the most live sports. Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Midas. Midas Total Car Care. Total Customer Care. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Honda. Visit your local Chicagoland Honda dealer for more information on current offers. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Horseshoe Casino.
DeJesus with a base hit. Jackson scores. Here comes the mob scene.
You know what? They may be up the track, but it's a lot of fun to beat a team in contention, especially when they're from the city of St. Louis. Cubs win 5-4, 5-13-0. Just a little bit better than 4-8-0. Hello and welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Horseshoe Casino. He's Todd Hollandsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Okay, I know the Cubs are trying to avoid losing 100. They're way up the track. The Cardinals are in the playoff hunt. But it's a lot of fun to beat the St. Louis Cardinals in that scenario.
This is what you want to see. You want to see this kind of effort, this kind of gamesmanship. You want to see it play out. Even when you're the spoiler, you want to get out there, you want to compete, and you want to see it. They did all game long. Darwin Barney, the big home run in the 9th inning, battling back in this game, keeping it close. I mean, it felt like the Cardinals were in complete control all day long, but the Cubs kept it close, gave themselves an opportunity, ultimately got the win.
Got the job done. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear from you. Nicole Darren is in our Discount Tire Interactive Suite. All right, Nicole, how can viewers get involved with the show?
Same old. You can get in on the chat at csnchicago.com or using the Twitter hashtag CubsTalk. Now, our question today, has Chris Volstad earned a spot in the Cubs rotation next season? Tell us what you think. Give us the reason behind those answers. And we're already getting quite a few responses via Twitter. At Hank and Lucy's dad says, try him in the bullpen. Good for 1 to 2 innings. At Cliffy46405 says, can't say Volstad has earned a spot in the 2013 rotation yet. Let's see who the Cubs sign in the offseason and keep him for insurance. Meanwhile, at VJB77 says, why not? Dwayne Wise, could earn a spot in that rotation. Now, guys, in all seriousness, Volstad has struggled through 19 starts this season. He has won 3 of his last 4 decisions, though. So what do you think?
You know what? I look at him as a guy who's worth bringing to camp and see how he progresses. He was the 16th pick of the first round when the Marlins took him, but I do think the Cubs have to look for better just because he hasn't shown enough to say he's a rotation piece.
You need to see more. I think today sums up Chris. In battles, competes. Certainly have seen that a lot better here in the second half. 116 pitches through 5 innings and teetering all the way. That's the impression that you get. That's not something that you're banking on or guaranteeing yourself, and that's not necessarily guaranteeing yourself a spot. He's got a couple more opportunities. Let's see what happens over the rest of the season.
All right, time now for our sports authority. You know what? Let's go to Dale Swain first. Press conference brought to you by Xfinity.
So, yeah, he's been swinging the bat good. I mean, he lined out a couple times today, as well as everyone else. I think we probably as good as we swung the bat in a while, but we got nothing to show for about 8 lineouts, I think, today.
Dale, are rivalries mostly media fan generated, or can the guys feel it out there when they're playing a team that's in their division, a team that Dale's going?
Well, I mean, obviously we have a lot of young guys on the team, so right now it's got to be built up a little bit. But I mean, a rivalry is a rivalry. Whenever you're playing, a team that the city's played, and it's always been a rivalry. It's a rivalry. I mean, it's more because that's a big game for us to get closer to our goal and to knock somebody possibly out of the playoffs because of a big comeback win right there. Yeah, I got a hit off the lefty today, and obviously the walk-off hit there. So he's a professional hitter that's always going to give you a quality of bat every time he walks up there.
Can you just talk about
winning a game when you play this many innings and you didn't lead through the whole game until it was over and you walked off the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where, not a lot of things were going our way, really. We were swinging, like I said, we were swinging the heck out of the bats. We lined out and just hammered some balls right at them that could have changed the game around 4 or 5 different times. So, but yeah, I mean, to come back and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Barney hits a home run, and then, Cabrera threw a nice inning, Marmol threw a nice inning, and to give us a chance there, and Castillo comes through with a big leadoff hit, and Sapp made a nice bunt, and it all worked out kind of the way you line it up sometimes.
Almost had with the pitch count up early today, 30-some pitches.
Yeah, well, John Jay kind of started the game off with a lot of foul balls and pitches too, but I thought Volstead battled and did a nice job against one of the best, if not the best, offense in the National League.
How about their guy who stayed in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Carpenter will tell you it wasn't his best stuff. I've obviously have seen him with much better stuff and sharpness to everything. I think he got away with a lot of things today. Like I said, we were hitting a lot of balls real hard, right at people. I think in other times he'd use his curveball a heck of a lot more than, he probably did today too.
All right, there he is, Dale Swaim. Time now for our Sports Authority play of the game. And you've seen it. There it is, your game winner. Cubs beat the Cardinals.
How about some 2-strike hitting late in this game? Darwin Barney, David DeJesus. Mistake out over the plate, but that's why you don't give up on your at-bats. 0-2, you thinking this inning might be over? Big mistake right there on the changeup. You get a great swing and you get a game winner. You go back to the home run from Darwin Barney. Same situation. Guys grinding it out all today. I counted 7 lineouts. Didn't get down on themselves. They weren't getting the love, weren't getting the luck early in this ball game, but stayed with it. Got some great swings late and the win.
All right, now Darwin Barney had the big home run in the 9th with 2 strikes to try and tie this ball game up. But if you try and pick out his best play of the day, I know the home run jumps out. He made a defensive play along with Anthony Rizzo in the 10th. I mean, just an outstanding job of range, and Rizzo with a great play as well. That's big time.
The discussion was going to be, was that going to be the first error? And here's the interesting part. Not too many second basemen get into that baseball right there.
No.
Bad hop in the infield, springboards off that wet dirt. Doesn't make much sense, but that's exactly what it did. Got up there high. Darwin makes a great play ranging to it, but his momentum taking him into right field. Tries to, and he does this as well as anybody, throw off balance to first base, yanks it, holds on to it a little bit long, and Rizzo has to pick him up there on the in-between hop away from first base. You're right, absolutely. One of the most impressive plays we've seen all season long, and saves that error.
It does, absolutely. Keeps that thing rolling along. All right, Cubs win today. They get it done in extra innings. Time now for the Subway winning box score. And yes, it belongs to Dale Swaim's Chicago Cubs as they have the winning box score today. And I'll tell you what, Darwin Barney did very well. Valbuena hit the ball very well. So they had some guys who stepped up and did their job.
No, Wellington Castillo had some nice at-bats, big base hit there in extra innings. A lot of guys had great at-bats today. Again, we were talking about the lineouts today, and this is what I was hoping to see in this series. This is the series that means the most. You look down the lineup, yeah, you see some 2-hit performances. You see the K's, I guess, right there on the right side, but there were great at-bats today. Guys working the count again. Falling behind, it's okay. 1-2, 2-2, don't panic. You can still get mistakes. We saw that late in this ball game, and you're really starting to see this team develop. It's been impressive. I've enjoyed watching them here in the second half. They're walking more, they're getting on base more. The at-bats are lengthening themselves out, and what you're ultimately doing is getting into bullpens a little bit earlier. It's a great game plan, and that's ultimately what your goal should be, is to get to the back end of that bullpen right after that starter. If you can get them up near, well, kind of like the Cardinals did today, 100, 105 pitches after 5 innings, you're doing exactly what you want to do. You try to get to the tail end of that bullpen, and it kind of messes things up, and especially if you do it early in a series like today, you get into that bullpen earlier. We're starting to talk a little regular season here. You can mess that bullpen up for an entire series. A lot of times it'll lead to wins.
Time for a break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Horseshoe Casino. Alfonso Soriano, another career high today. We'll break it down after this time.
traveled all this way. Make it worth their while.
You. We know you. We know you have to rise early and work late, with not enough sleep in between. How you sometimes need to get over to that exit, like right now. And how things aren't just about you anymore. Introducing the all-new Smart Sensing Honda Accord. It starts with you.
Now listen to me. I've seen you grow as players and grow as a team. And no matter what happens out there, you will walk out of this locker room better than when you walked in. Win or lose, you are all champions.
These have always been the rooms where teams are built, and Sports Authority will always supply just the right tools. Because we have everything for every team with unbeatable values. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
Up. A short word that's a tall order. Up your game. Up the ante. And if you stumble, you get back up. Up isn't easy, and we ought to know. We're in the business of up. Every day, Delta flies 250,000 people while investing billions improving everything from booking to baggage claim. We're raising the bar on flying, and tomorrow, we will up it yet again.
Back to Bed introduces Techno-Gel mattresses and pillows. They're the only sleep products endorsed by Dr. Scholl's, and only Back to Bed has them. Get a Beauty Rest Firm mattress in any size for only $199. And to save up to $600 during Tempur-Pedic's model closeout event, or up to $400 on their Tempur Ergo collection.
Come back to bed and make yourself comfortable.
And save now through Monday.
Agents, when it comes to insurance, people feel lost.
That's a dead end.
Don't know which way to turn.
Turn around?
That's why we present people with options to help them find coverage that fits their needs.
Almost there.
It's a new Maze record.
Really?
I have no idea. We don't keep track of that kind of stuff.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
To speak with a farmer's agent in your community, call 888-96-FARMERS.
Sportsnet Central every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Time now for Holly's favorite feature, Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning. Who's hot and who's not so hot. All right, who's rolling along? How about Kung Fu Panda? 393 batting average, 3 homers, 7 RBIs for Pablo Sandoval. Jimmy Rollins, 500, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. And Kutch, Andrew McCutchen, 320, 4 homers, and 7 RBIs. Who's icy cold? Michael Bourne, $136 and nary a run produced. How about Adam Ottavina, 10 earned runs in an inning and 2/3. Wow. And Tyler Skaggs 0-2 with 9 earned. All right, let's take a look now how the Cubbies came back. They win today, 5-4 in 11 over the Cardinals. Let's go to the Cubs' ninth. Cubs are looking for an opportunity to get something started. Dave Chappelle busting it down the line, and they call him out, and that call was missed. It's a bang-bang play, but you look, he's there.
Yeah, it's one of the tougher calls for an umpire. You got a lot of things going on right there. You got a high tag, feet crossing the bag, nearly the same time.
And then you get a base hit with 2 outs from David DeJesus, who had a great day. And then with a 1-2 pitch, Darwin Barney takes an 87-mile-an-hour fastball, 2 rows deep, and the Cubs have tied the game.
You saw Darwin coming around first base. You and I were talking about this. That's the passion you play with. Got his right hand in the air. You'd think he'd won the World Series right there.
And there's your game winner in the 11th. David DeJesus takes a inside middle-in fastball and yanks it into right field. Cubs win. Time now for our UPS store, taking care of business play. Alfonso Soriano tied a career high today with 104 RBIs on his RBI double in the 3rd inning. Sori now one RBI behind Ryan Braun and Chase Headley for the National League lead. If you'd have said that in the spring people would have looked at you and said, you need to be drug tested.
Well, I don't know about that. And you know what? He's going to have a chance. They're going to go out on the road. Guess where they're going for 3 games?
Colorado.
You get the boys on in front of him. They get hot in Colorado. Colorado, their big problem this year has been starting pitching. And I'll tell you what, he could put up some RBIs in Colorado. He may just win this thing.
All right, welcome back. Nicole Darren in the Discount Tire Interactive Suite. Let's send her the comments, Twitter. Is everything blowing up over there?
Yeah, not too much, but we have everyone pretty much in agreement. CSNChicago.com to get on the chat, or Cubs Talk is the hashtag on Twitter. The question we've been asking, has Chris Volstad earned a spot in the Cubs rotation next season? And this is a great point. At Yamaka1 says, I don't think anyone should be guaranteed a roster spot on a team that may finish with 100 losses. Now, I know it's a Debbie Downer, but Dave Hawley, they raise a good point. Is anyone's spot in the rotation next year guaranteed?
Jeff Samardzija is, and Matt Garza at the start of the season. Beyond that, we'll see.
Well, I think Travis Wood has definitely done some things. Regardless of what you do this winter, you got to believe that he's done enough to get a look. I mean, now, unless he goes to spring training and has a rough one, which he's done already. I mean, he may pitch himself out of it, but I think as we sit here today, I've got 3 guys in the rotation.
All right, time for one last break on Horseshoe Casino. Cubs post-game live. Don't forget CTL's coming up after this. We will preview Game 2 of the series in a moment.
If you're a business traveler who's got what it takes to put up with bag fees, blackout dates, change fees, and other frustrating policies, then have we got a game for you.
Business Travel Challenge.
In this competition, we pick the other airlines against Southwest, and the Southwest customers always win. It's fun, it's painful, and it's true. So tune in to watch the airline that changed the game for the entire industry, Southwest.
Time out there, buddy.
Brian Urlacher?
That's me, here to defend you from DirecTV's so-called big deal. DirecTV raises your bill 100% after a year, and they lock you into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $2,500.
Can't afford that.
That's why your best play is Xfinity. The biggest plays on Sunday, live. The best of college football, and you can take the action wherever you go.
Hey, Brian.
No pixie dust, just pigskin. Yeah! Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
Humans. Even when we cross our T's and dot our I's, we still run into problems. Namely, other humans. Which is why at Liberty Mutual Insurance, auto policies come with new car replacement and accident forgiveness if you qualify. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
During Nissan's Bottom Line Sales Event, get the bottom line on fuel efficiency, innovation, safety, versatility. Get the deal you want with model year-end savings, like a 209 lease on Nissan Rogue or a 179 lease on Nissan Sentra. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer today. Hurry in and save on your new Nissan.
Find falling prices in the Menards Fall Catalog. Finish your fall projects with the Optimus Power Painter Plus from Wagner. Its dual-tip technology provides better coverage and less overspray. It sprays up to 6.6 gallons per hour, $69 after rebate. Get prepared for winter with MTD. This 21-inch single-stage snow thrower has a 123cc engine with an auger-assisted drive system that handles even the toughest snow. Just $299.
Save big money at Menards.
Cubs Postgame Live is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
All right, Cubs get it done. They beat their rivals. 5-13-0 over 4-8-0. David DeJesus, the walk-off single to win it after Darwin Barney, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth on a 1-2 pitch with 2 outs off. Fernando Salas tied the ball game at 4. Time to get interactive one more time. We go back to Nicole.
Hey guys, CSNChicago.com or hashtag Cubs Talk on Twitter. A lot of people sounding off on Twitter to our question, very passionate about their answers. Says Chris Volstad earned a spot on the Cubs rotation next season. The majority of fans out there say absolutely not. At ZBurn2 says Cubs win. 4 exclamations there, but then Volstad shouldn't even be in the majors. He's horrible. We got kind of the yin and yang there. Kyle Sullivan says Rob Schneider could throw a better game than Volstad. He hasn't earned anything. We saw Schneider, of course, singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And Kingdom USA says some advice for next season, saying DeJesus and Barney are keepers for next season, plus Soriano should be used half the season to lead the next group of rookies if he can put up those same numbers. So, guys, a resounding no to Volstad next season, but some decent advice there.
Look, he's a guy who he was the 16th pick in the first round. When he throws his fastball and he keeps it down, he's decent. But if he's part of your rotation, one of your 5 best arms, then you're still in the midst of a very serious rebuild.
No, I think so. I mean, Chris would probably give you the same answer. This isn't the way he had planned for this season to go. He continues to work, continues to try to get better, and he's certainly made some improvements. He's certainly more aggressive, and he's giving you a chance to win. You look at today, I mean, this is a game for me. When Chris wasn't effective earlier in the year, this game would have blown up earlier. It would have been 6-0 in the 3rd inning or the 4th inning, and he kept you kind of in it. I know he gave you 5 innings, took him 116 pitches to do it, and, you know, it doesn't give you that warm, cozy feeling inside like he's going to be in your rotation next year. But I do believe that there's some potential there. I mean, again, a heavy sinker at 92, 93 miles an hour. It has to get more consistent. I look at his secondary pitches. They've got to get better. That really has been a problem for him this year when he has to get into that position to use them. I mean, this is a situation, yeah, he probably is not going to be guaranteed anything moving forward, but I do think he's got a big league arm, and if he gets it figured out, he can get some good results.
All right, let's check out the pitching matchup before we get out of here for tomorrow's game. Adam Wainwright and Travis Wood. For Wainwright, much better in the second half than he was in the first half. He's going to come in right around 200 innings pitched after having Tommy John last season, so he has bounced back. Better send his surgeon a thank you card. And Travis Wood, 6-12 and about 150 innings is where he'll finish this season.
Well, both of these guys are throwing the ball pretty well right now, so I'm looking for an outstanding matchup tomorrow, and I'm hoping we kind of keep this thing close, and I think we will. Travis has been throwing the ball as well as he has all year. He's in a good streak number 2. That's the way I look at Travis this season. Streak, bad streak, and right now he's doing it well. Adam Wainwright, he's ace number 2 for the Cardinals, and I think right now, the way that they're going to absolutely put a premium on tomorrow. We got to go out and get this one, boys. I'm talking about the Cardinals.
Well, it's going to be an interesting battle. Cubs beat the Redbirds today. I'm sure they're celebrating in Milwaukee and in Cincinnati. Thank you for watching Horseshoe Casino Cubs Postgame Live. Cubs win it in extras for Nicole Darren, Todd Hollinsworth, Yurette Zetrock, our great director. I'm David Kaplan. I'll have Chicago Tribune live in 3 minutes. We'll see you.
Holiday looking good.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Horseshoe Casino. Nobody does more for the gambler than Horseshoe Casino. Just 20 minutes from downtown Chicago.
Traveled all this way. Make it worth their while.
Up. A short word that's a tall order. Up your game. Up the ante. And if you stumble, you get back up. Up isn't easy, and we ought to know. We're in the business of up. Every day, Delta flies 250,000 people while investing billions improving everything from booking to baggage claim. We're raising the bar on flying, and tomorrow, we will up it yet again.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
Set, hut.
Hey, Bears fans, Yokohama and Discount Tire want you in the game with this great tire deal. Here's your play. Now through October 31st, go to your participating Discount Tire store. Get a set of 4 Yokohama tires and score an official Bears replica jersey worth $100. Discount Tire, where America saves on tires.
Get in front of your best deal at Riverfront Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Join the Jeep Celebration event where you can check out the new 2013 models or get a new 2012 Jeep Compass for $16,997 or a new 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $26,997. Plus, get 0% financing on virtually every new 2012 model. We're doing it right and doing it for you at Riverfront Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or at buy@riverfront.com.
Baseline, gets the roll.
Guys live their lives a little different. And we get it. We're Sport Clips, where guys get an awesome MVP haircut experience while watching sports on TV. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy. Visit sportclips.com for the store nearest you and ask for the MVP.
Good news, the White Sox are done facing the Royals after they dropped 2 of 3 in Kansas City. The bad news, they have 7 left against playoff caliber teams, starting with 3 in LA against AL MVP candidate Mike Trout and the Angels. Meanwhile, no Matt Forte Sunday. He is out against the Rams, but could that be a blessing in disguise given how St. Louis plays? Are they a dirty team? We will discuss that as Des Clark talks Jay Cutler and barbecue. It's all on CTL. It starts right now. Welcome in to Chicago Tribune Live, presented by our friends at Smirnoff. Hope you're having a great day. We'll get you set for the weekend. Let's meet the panel for today's show. I'm David Kaplan. He is our buddy Sully, Paul Sullivan, at PW Sullivan on Twitter, at Chris Cook on Twitter. He's the Blackhawks beat writer for the Trib, and Frankie O from Harry Carey's. What are you, at Frankie O?
Yes, I am. Real Frankie O.
Real Frankie O. There you go.
Fake?
He's a celebrity.
There's some imposters out there.
We start with the White Sox. Their magic number remains at 12 after they lost in Kansas City in tough fashion last night. They are very glad to be done with the Royals, but the road to October does not get any easier for them. Check out the remaining schedules for the White Sox and the Tigers. Sox have 7 games left against teams with a record above 500 starting tonight in Anaheim. Then they have 4 on the south side with the Tampa Bay Rays. Meanwhile, the Tigers face only the Twins and Royals down the stretch. So, Paul Sullivan, Mr. Baseball aficionado, you give the Tigers a major advantage going into the final 13 games.
No, I mean, the schedule obviously is in their favor, but you are up 2 games, so yeah, I don't think you could say the Tigers have an advantage. The Sox just have to go out and try and win every game, and it's going to be tough this weekend against Weaver, Herron, who's pitching Santana tonight, so it's not going to be easy, but I think if they can get through this series with the lead, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the White Sox were playing the Twins 6 more times. I mean, that's a team that's not doing well. But, you know, the White Sox have shown that they've been pretty resilient. When they lose a big game, they come back. You know, I guess Paul Konerko's back in the lineup. He had a sore back, and he's in there. You know, Sully's right. Take care of your own business. You're up 2 games. You know, you've got to go out and win those games. You know, but obviously the matchups favor the Tigers here. But, again, the Tigers, they've shown the ability to stumble against some bad teams as well. So go out there, take care of business, win a couple of games in L.A. and come back, you know, and you get the advantage.
By the way, there's the lineup, Frankie O. Paulie Konerko will be DH tonight as he deals with that tweaked back, and Adam Dunn will play first base. What's your thoughts?
Well, that's a good sign. Again, when you look at their schedule, Anaheim has been a house of horrors forever for them, so that's not a good thing. But I always looked at like in 2005 too, when they stumbled, when they had
earlier,
they had a big lead. And then they came back down to the pack, and they had to find themselves. I think at this point, it's like you're talking about it, they need to take care of their own business. And we've watched in baseball over and over and over again at the end that teams completely out of it. They're loosey-goosey, they say, and they're always able to knock somebody out. So I don't really look so much at the matchups as saying, hey, are the Sox going to play their game, or is the pitching going to step up? Because when I look at the Sox right now, I'm worried about their pitching staff. I'm wondering if they can pitch well enough to win enough games to get into the playoffs.
I'm with you. I think the starting pitching is a real question mark for them.
Yeah,
real question.
Last night was a game that they should have won.
3-0 lead, you got to put them away.
Yeah, so that was a killer, but I don't know. I just have a feeling they just seemed, like Chris said, they seem to rise to the occasion when their backs are against the wall, and I've got a good feeling. I feel pretty confident.
But it is things you've seen this week that we haven't seen all year. The other night with the runners in scoring position, they've been one of the best teams in baseball all year, runners in scoring position. They hit 1 for 12, whatever it was. And then the fundamental stuff we've been talking about, whether it's fielding or on the bases and defense, the 2 base blunders last night, this isn't things you've been seeing the Sox do a lot all year. I think they've been pretty good and aggressive. But
the one with Rios and...
you know, the Rios thing was tough. I mean, he knew exactly what he did at that point. It was a point of no return, and the ball rolls a little bit more. The one with Ramirez, when you're coming off that third base, and you know this kid Perez has a freaking cannon, you can't be straying right there. That's just, that one to me was the unforgivable.
Yeah, they made some serious mistakes last night. But, you know, my question to you is, and you cover baseball as much as anybody in the country, you're at games every day. Do you think Robin is over-managing just a tad? You got Diaz lays a bunt down in the 4th. You go to the last 2 innings, and it's up, Sullivan's up, I'm going to him. Up, Sullivan's down, I'm going to... It's like, let guys just do their jobs a little bit.
You know, I think everyone overmanages in September because this whole thing about expanding your rosters, you've got so many pitchers to choose from. But, no, I think he's done a great job. You know, I know you can question his pitching move sometimes, but to me, that's Cooper's job, and he should be giving Robin the best advice, and Robin should be leaning on him a little more, especially at this point of the season.
Would you like to see a... I don't know, we see the Cubs have, I don't know, 37 guys in the locker room where every game you go, here are the 28 that I'm going to have in September. So you play basically under the same rules rather than having so many arms where you can use a different guy for every pitch almost.
Yeah, to me, it's ridiculous. It's beyond... I went in the Reds locker room the other day. People couldn't even move in there. There's so many guys. The September call-up rules, I understand the purpose of it. You want to, you know, show some guys off if you're out of it, but it just changes the whole ball games. These games are dragging on with all the pitching changes, and it's just unnecessary to me.
Thoughts?
Well, you know, I think that Robin does a pretty good job of the matchups. You know, if he needs to bring in Nate Jones, you know, against a right-hander, then he goes to Thornton. Obviously, didn't work out last night. But, you know, if you got those arms out there, go ahead and play matchups. And if a guy's struggling in the 4th or 5th inning, a starter, get him out of there because you've got those arms out there. You know, there's no hurt feelings at this point. You need to win ball games. So I think he's done a fairly good job.
But again, you're saying he's bringing in Jones and Thornton. He's not using guys that were called up. I mean, when you have to win games.